Yeah. All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you had a good day. It is Friday, obviously. Uh, Pretty exciting. I got to tell you, getting the new truck, absolutely amazing. So, really, really happy about it. We had to take Heather in for an appointment today, so got to do some serious highway miles on it today. But yeah, not too bad. Was getting about 23 miles to the gallon on a highway, so that's not bad at all. I'll take that. I will definitely take that. I am curious to see once I hook up that camper and start taking that down the road, what kind of gas mileage that's going to get. But yeah, it's I love this truck. It is absolutely awesome. So once again, actually, you know what? It's a big part why I have this truck is you guys. So once again, thank you all, for supporting the channel, having the channel grow as it has, and it definitely good. Yeah. Okay. So think I made a mistake when I was talking about the truck. The truck is capable of pulling 11,500 pounds, not 1,100 pounds, or 1,150. It's 11,500 pounds. So the other truck that I was looking at was rated to pull 7,700 pounds, which would have been right at its limit. And so I obviously wanted to go with something that was going to be more inclined to be able to handle a full load plus a full load in the truck of stuff as well. So, because when I go down to West Virginia this fall, that's going, or this, yeah, well, when winter starts, it's going to, I need to make sure I have a lot of stuff with me because I don't want to be making trips back and forth to New York. So, it's rated to haul 11,500 pounds. So it's more than enough to be able to handle full load with the camper and then some. So yeah, it's really really exciting. Really really happy about it. So it's that's a pretty cool thing. All right, so we're going to be talking about, are you ready for extreme changes? So we're going to get into that in a minute. Before we do, I want to talk about really quickly that if there's any interruptions with the stream, that I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. Now, again, since we have switched over internet providers, I have not had an issue since then. So hopefully that pattern continues and we don't have any issues. So that would be a really very cool thing. So, but then also, but if I do get knocked off, I get right back on as soon as I can. So you would just have to look for me, and that would be that. So, but anyway, use only 3/4 of tow capacity, less stress on the vehicle. Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be able to handle well. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to take it to capacity when I do that down there. So, uh, and I'm going to take my time. When I go down, I'm not going to be in any kind of rush to get down there. I will absolutely take my time. Yep, tow hitch and sway bars. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Actually, I've already had a couple other people already recommend that, and I plan on doing both of those things: a tow hitch and the sway bars. Absolutely. So thank you for that recommendation. That was Kevin Gadsden Sr. Yeah, I absolutely plan on doing that because I don't want any kind of issues traveling that distance and that long. I want it to go as smoothly as possible. Uh, so anyway, also I want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly channel. So I would ask everybody to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness, because we don't tolerate that here. If you can't follow those simple rules, then those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here. So we're just going to have a good chat. We're going to discuss things, share information, and then we're going to go from there. So before we get into everything, I want to show you guys something. So this was from today. And so here is a regular egg, and here is a pullet egg. I think that we are starting, because I had another one of these pullet eggs the other day. I think one of our babies is starting to lay eggs already, which I'm actually surprised that it's this soon. but I'm not going to complain. So look at the difference in size. That's pretty wild. Um, and what I do is with these pullet eggs, these little bitty pullet eggs, my friend um, Greg and his wife Chris, she does a lot of arts and crafts. So I give her those little pullet eggs, and she incorporates them into crafts. So that's pretty neat. And so that will end up being in some part of an art project. So I think that's pretty cool. So and she can use those. So she'll get that egg, and then there we'll go from there. All right. So no, but I'll tell you, like I said, I got to gush a little bit more before we get going on the chat. I just unbelievably happy with this truck. I realize, yeah, you can eat them. Yeah, absolutely, Francis, you can eat them. Yep, they're still just a regular egg. It's just real small. When the chickens first start laying, when they're babies, and then they get to where they're actually starting to lay, that's what you get first. You get the little pullet eggs, and then eventually they get up to a regular size egg. And but they're absolutely fine. So anyway, with getting this new truck, it's well, new to me because it's used. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really happy. And do not forget to have your trailer braking system in your truck. Yeah, it's the truck has all the bells and whistles. So it's got everything already all set. So it is, like I said, I am absolutely beyond excited about this. And, because I was wondering, how am I going to get the camper down there? Am I going to have to ask somebody to follow me down? And that's a long ride for somebody to be doing that. So on the egg count, this is considered an egg and a third. Nope, it's considered 2 eggs. That's 2 eggs right there. So we're at least that today. So when we get to egg count time, we're going to be at least that. So I thought it was really cool today to see that in there. So all right, so extreme changes. If you watched the earlier video today, I was talking about the DOJ was Department of Homeland Security was the one that was saying this, that there were credible threats. Remember, we had this before, right? Credible threats that extremism groups, and of course, when they talk about extremism groups, they don't talk about Antifa. They don't talk about BLM. They don't consider them extremist groups. But we see what kind of damage that they do and that they produce, right? But they won't talk about them in a negative light because they're supporting the Democratic Party. So, like when you donate to BLM, all that money is funneled to the Democratic Party, or a lot of it, I should say, a lot of it. So that's always interesting, isn't it? Now. What make and model is a new pickup? It is a Ford F-150, and it is a 4x4. And it has there's another thing on there as well, and I can't think of that right at the top of my head, but it's a really, really nice truck. It's a 2018. So 33,000 miles. Yeah, credible threats. Yeah, equals BS. Exactly. East Tennessee preparedness. I'm going to tell you what, and this is what I find amazing. When they try to, and of course, it's always, it's this new, and this is the thing that kills me. It's the white extremism. Well, wait a minute. There was 250 to 500,000 folks down there in January 6th, and the majority of them were white folks, realistically. I mean, we got to be honest. The majority, and when I say the majority, I'm going to go out on a limb and say better than 85% of the people January 6th that were down in Washington, D.C. were white. It was probably higher than that, but I'm going to just use that number, okay? Because I know there was a lot of other people there, too, that are just like fed up with this whole nonsense that is being pushed out constantly, and you had out of that many, many thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, a few hundred stormed the building. And if you guys remember the videos, and I want you to remember this too, there's a video out there, and here's 2 Capitol police officers sitting back, just letting people do what they wanted to do. And there is one of the protesters sitting there going, why aren't you guys doing anything about this? What are you doing? Why are you not doing something about it, right? And they just let him go. And they were waving him in. There's videos of that, waving him in. So, they got suckered is what ended up happening. These people got suckered. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. And then you get caught up in that mental mob mentality thing, and people are not thinking clearly. They're not thinking for themselves. That's why I will not be involved in protest if I agree with them or don't agree with them. I'll never be involved with protest because things can get out of hand very, very fast. Billy the cab driver said, I had an F-150 flatbed 4x4 at one time, and I loved it. Yeah, I mean, these type of trucks, I mean, you can get, if they're taken care of properly, you can get 300,000 miles easy on these type of trucks. So, I mean, I do plan on having this truck for a very, very long time. So, but anyway, so that they come out with this thing, it's white extremism. There's going to be protests in the Capitol, and these people are going to try to cause trouble. And I'm going to tell you right now, again, I call total BS on that. Total BS on that. I don't buy it for a second. If something were to happen like that, it would not shock me if it wasn't a false flag, that it was paid actors to do something in Trump gear or whatever the case may be, to pretend, to try to incite. What they're trying to do now, and this is, if you watch it and if you pay attention, so this is where we're getting into the extreme changes because this is part of it. They're trying to sway public opinion. So if we can make a segment of society, and I'm gonna kind of even tie it into prepping and living off grid and that type of stuff too. If we can make a segment of society seem crazy, extreme, it's going to scare most people into not getting involved with that at all. Hey, Pamela Sherry, I had a family friend that was there. He's facing federal time for going in the building we own. And it was open for tours and police waved them in. Wow. Yeah. And that, you know what? And there's a lot of them that are looking at serious time for that. Again, thank you for that statement and thank you for sharing that information. It was absolutely a complete setup, in my opinion. Absolutely a complete setup. They allowed it to happen. They wanted it to happen so that they could, say, oh, look. And look at what they talk about. The riots there, right? But when the city of Minneapolis was burning in the background, I think it was Minneapolis, that the reporter was saying, mostly peaceful protesters while the city's on fire behind them. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, but you know what? Not everybody's that stupid to believe what is being put out there. They're just not. You're going to continue to see things happening. And this is, I'm giving you my opinion. They're pushing an agenda. So you look at, so let's go to this aspect of it. Doomsday preppers, right? So I remember watching that before I ever got into prepping, right? And I would see these people in what they would do, and they would say, well, I'm getting ready for XYZ event. I'm getting ready for a Yellowstone event. I'm getting ready for whatever the case may be. Well, what the average public does not know, and I know because they approach me, they want you to pick one scenario. So I can't say, like I always say, I prepare for whatever's going to happen. That's what most preppers do. Most preppers are going to prepare for whatever may happen. We get ready for whatever event is going to happen. We try to hedge our bets, if you will. Put ourselves in the best advantage to be able to ride out whatever situation comes down, be it a natural disaster, be it a man-made disaster, be it some extreme event that is going to happen that we have absolutely no control over, right? So what they did was, so they would start out with that premise with these folks, and then they would show what they had and all this type of stuff, and then they would run through at the end of the show And they would basically break it down. Well, they have enough for this much time and blah blah blah. This is where they're weak. This is where they have a lot of, or a lot of preps. And then they would basically throw the grenade on them and say, but the chances of this event happening are this minuscule. So basically, you're discrediting them. You're making them look like they're extreme and they're crazy. Okay, that's what's being portrayed in the media right now. So when I talked the other day and I was talking about your 3%ers and your militia groups and stuff like that, and there's a lot of them out there, and they're predominantly white, which is another factor in that. Okay, so do I believe that most of those groups are absolutely infiltrated? Absolutely, because there's government agents wanting to keep an eye on what's going on. They'll put somebody undercover for a year and a half, 2 years, they don't care. And then if they can find something, they're going to jam those folks up, because that, you want to discredit them. You want them gone. You don't want them dealing or doing what they're going to do, and working together and being prepared. And so when that event does come down, holy crap, you got a very strongly trained and well armed and well supplied group of people that are ready to handle their situations. Preppers, people that live off grid, we're put in this category of crazy and extremist and stuff like that, when in reality, we just want to live. We want to live our lives. We want to be ready for whatever event may happen. Who knows what it's going to be, because none of us can predict that. And so, to me, the ones that do nothing, that sit around there and are not ready for anything, that have no skills, that have no knowledge, our ancestors, especially here in Americas, our ancestors were a tough group of people. They had to be, and a lot of them came from Europe. We had a lot of them from Asia, came over here, and they were hardworking people. They busted their butts, and they were living a tough life, because all the amenities and the cushy, easy stuff was not here. We are extremely spoiled. And oh, you're okay. I know what somebody's talking about. There was Happy Homesteaders probably talking about the guy. There was one guy, I think he was like from Seattle, and his thing was that they were going to go and take from other prepper groups, and and he was, he ended up being a convicted felon and wasn't allowed to have guns, and he had all these guns, and I think he ended up going back to jail because of that. I mean, that shows you how stupid he was in the first place. But anybody that would say that their objective is to go and attack other prepper groups and take their stuff, that's a stupid individual in my opinion anyway, because number one, you're going to have loss of life on both sides. Doesn't guarantee you that you're going to take what those people have. There's no guarantee of that at all. And it's a quick way to not live long in a post event. So, I think that, that's just, and it's not the smart way of doing things anyway. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, are there lunatics in prepping? Of course there are. There's lunatics in every aspect of life. I mean, look around us. We see it every single day. But there's going to be extreme events. Hello, young lady. I know. They were all just outside, and Heather brought them in like maybe 10 minutes ago. But there's going to be extreme events that are happening. There's absolutely an agenda that is being pushed, especially if you think the media is your friend and you can believe what the media tells you. I hate to inform you. They are bought and paid for. They're doing what they are told. And a great way to look at that, so to see how well they're controlled and how well they do as they are told. Some of you have probably seen the video, and it showed newscasters, the ones in Rochester, the ones all around in different places around the country, saying the exact same thing, repeating the same exact mantra that they were told to say, talking about the news and how, their integrity and yada, yada, yada. But it was the same word for word all across this country. And I thought that was amazing, because that really showed how much they are controlled. And if you want to keep your job as that newscaster, you do what you're told. It's not about the truth. It's about the agenda. So if the agenda is to make a certain group of society continuously to this day look like they're victims. And this group over here, we're going to blame everything on that group of people over here when they had nothing to do with anything. That just absolutely amazes me, you know. And this last election is a great example of how controlled and how censored the narrative was that was being put out there when you had every major platform of social media basically blocking anything pro-Trump and just spinning the nonsense about Biden is like this great leader. How's that working out for you, right? And again, I don't care, and I've said this before, it's not about what politician is in there. There's other people that control the narrative. It's not them. But the one thing I will say, and I've said this before, I don't believe, like, Trump was not a career politician. So he went against the grain and they couldn't have that. So they wanted him out of there no matter what. And so even with getting and making sure Biden got in, it is amazing to me. It really truly is. And we're, like I said, we're in big trouble. We're in absolutely big trouble because it's like, with the difference between Trump and Biden, in my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. The rest of the world was scared to death of Trump because Trump wasn't pulling no crap. They're not scared of Biden at all, So it's not a matter of being rah 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 pro-Trump or rah 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 pro-Biden. You have to look at how the rest of the world perceives us. With Biden as a president, we have a weak president that can't get a sentence out without screwing up and mumbling stuff and having no idea, or having a press conference and whispering. I mean, what is that all about? Was Trump crass? Was Trump insulting? Was Trump very, very opinionated? Absolutely, he was. But nobody wanted to screw with Trump because he wasn't going to play. So that's my take on it. So that doesn't, and I'm not being, yay, pro-Trump, I love Trump, Trump's the best thing going since sliced toast. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the perception of weakness against strength, it's night and day. And so, and somebody just said Biden is bought. Of course he is. He's a career politician. He's been in politics for what, 49 years? So yeah, absolutely he's bought and paid for it. So, but and of course anything that has gone wrong is always Trump's fault. And you look at now, and I want you to look at the difference, because if you were been paying attention like I pay attention, 4 years of nothing but attacks continuously on Trump. 4 straight years of nothing but attacks. I don't think that they said anything positive about him for the most part at all for that entire 4 years. Do you hear them say anything negative about Biden? Realistically, not very much. You're not going to see very much. So all of it I find very fascinating. I really, really do. So, but again, moving forward, I think we're going to see extreme things happen. I think they're going to be shocking. I think people are going to be flipping out, and they're going to realize how much trouble we're really in this country. I think we're in dire straits, and people have absolutely no idea. Yeah, it's all a show. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, just Tucker Carlson. Yep. And then, of course, now he's being attacked nonstop as well. Yeah, Tucker Carlson's the only one that's kind of saying it like it is. But, yeah, Japanese government issued a big warning that Russia and China may... well, they were also talking about, JJ, they were also talking about the Chinese government was warning the United States that Russia and China possibly could attack Hawaii. So, these things, would they be shocking? Yeah, it sure would be. Nobody's going to win a nuclear exchange. I can tell you that right now. Even a limited nuclear exchange would not be good for the world, not in any way, shape, or form. And you would be looking at a lot of death, a lot of issues. I am hopeful that that's not going to be the case. I honestly believe that there is something going on with the planet that the powers that be, and I'm talking all around the world, powers that be, I think they know about it. And I can't put my thumb on it and say, This is what it is. Okay. I don't know. I don't. It's just a gut feeling that I think there's going to be some extreme event that's going to happen that's going to change the world as we know it. Uh, Being a grid down type of situation or whatever the case may be. Uh, and I'm going to tell you what the worst case scenario, a grid down situation, folks, would be worse than a nuclear attack. I'm telling you right now, because we are not ready for it. We're just not. The average American citizen is like, again, we can always go by the same statistical number. 95% of the people in this country are not prepared for a 2-week disaster. I mean, that is unbelievable. And think about the cities. Okay, let's talk Angry Prepper. He preps absolutely great, and that's awesome. And I think, there's a lot of other ones in cities as well that prep. Okay, but if you're stuck in that city and you can't get out of that city, you're going to be in big trouble. Even if you have the skill sets in things like that, like New York City, he's not allowed to have weapons down there. All right, there's going to be criminals are going to have the weapons, of course. They're always going to have them. Get down, good girl. I know you're a good girl. Yes, you are. So they're gonna have their weapons, and the gangs are gonna work together. I guarantee you that. Hey, Pamela Sherry, many politicians bought property in the Midwest in the last few years. Coincidence? Well, and it's weird too. There was a huge increase of people buying property in New Zealand too. A lot of Americans were buying property in New Zealand. The rich, of course, were getting things there. So, so when an extreme event happens, all of us are going to be in a world of hurt really quickly. And so when I talked earlier today, okay, and I'm going to talk about this again, and I'm going to really I want to emphasize the importance of this because I do think that this is important. Okay, when we had what happened last February and March of last year, when the whole thing happened with the virus, and everybody and their brother, if you guys remember, every freeze-dried food company in the country was completely out of stock. And for months, it took months and months and months to get orders to people. And it wasn't just Legacy. It was not, it was your Mountain House, your Augustin Farm. Every one of these freeze-dried food companies had nothing in stock. And so if you placed an order, was months before people got their orders. And in some cases, 6 to 7 months. That's how badly it was delayed. My advice to people, and again, you don't have to buy through me. You don't have to get the Legacy freeze-dried food. You can if you want to, but you can get, if you are looking to have your food storage and you're thinking and you're pondering, maybe I should get some long-term food storage. My advice to anybody would be do it now. Do it now, because the main reason is there's no rush right now. Like with Legacy, I just had somebody place an order here like a week ago. Hello, Heather.
Hi.
And I put their order in. Within 3 days, that order was shipping out, and those people were getting their food. And they probably already have it now. I mean, that's how quickly the turnaround is right now, because there's not a huge demand. So if you want to get that long-term food storage and you've thought about it and you're waiting, whatever, my advice to anybody, get it while you can. Get it while there's not a huge demand and you're going to be waiting forever and ever to get it. Because when that time comes and something happens, you're going to be in big trouble, because you, like everybody else, is going to wait to the last minute, make those orders, and then you're going to be waiting like everybody else. And that's not a good thing. So hi, Heath.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Well, it's nice to see you. So what do you think of the new vehicle?
I think it's pretty cool.
Pretty big?
Yeah, very big.
She was like, oh my God, it's going to be so intimidating to try to learn how to drive on this. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. Hello, sister. Yes.
Very jealous.
Yes, I know. Terrible. I got to show you guys real quick. Hold on. Pandora, Caesar, Max. And hello.
Was over.
Yeah, she was. I know. Stop. I know. You're a good girl.
She's probably going and getting into my trash or something like she always likes.
Yeah, she's probably. Oh, she's out of there. Let me go get into her trash. Real quick, guys, we're at 9:05 in the chat. We're at 344 on a thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet to show support for the channel, I would ask you to please do so, and thank you ahead of time. I really do appreciate it. It really does help the channel. Also, it really helps with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel for that reason as well. And so thank you for doing that as well. Yeah, you better make sure your door is shut. It helps with the algorithms, and the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, obviously all that helps. So I thank you for that as well. Third reason, of course, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. So it's just a little game that we like to play to see where we're at. So thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, there was Miss Hella right there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I think Hella was barking because probably Heather was petting Caesar and she wasn't getting the attention. East Tennessee Preparedness. Love the new truck, Ed. Thanks for all that you do for the prepping community. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for the donation. Yeah, the truck definitely suits me. It's part of, like, like I said, first of all, I had to have black. Black is my favorite color. So, and once you go black, you never go back, right? So, the Santa Fe was also black. So I love that in a vehicle. And so, this, again, my first truck ever. And so really, really happy about it. It's going to come in really, really handy. ATF is apparently not qualified to handle fireworks. Well, I saw that all that blew up and stuff. All right, so hold on. We got to show you little Miss Heather. Miss Hella. There she is. Her little petiteness. Yes, little petite baby. So she says, "Oh, you don't have to do that, Dad. I'll just come up in your lap." Hey, Pamela Sherry.
Yep, I still do.
Does still have? She does.
Sorry for your son.
If not, I have a super cute 20-year-old son. Look at that. Somebody trying to hook you up. What? All right.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
I am a gamer, I guess you could say that.
You never really were before until you went off to college, though.
Well, it's because I didn't really have access to gaming stuff.
Well,
I was on the computer forever.
All the time. Yep. So. Yeah, black and silver. Well, it's like my Harley. My Harley's silver. And I just, for whatever reason, in the bike, I didn't want a black bike. I liked the silver in the bike. So, yeah, I like silver as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, she is a big girl. She is a big puppy. Yeah, she'll be 8 months, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I think she'll be 8 months on the 6th, something like that. Oh, so anyway, I know it was Canada Day on yesterday, so all of my Canadian followers, happy Canada Day. And like I said, and the truck that I bought was from Canada, so that's kind of neat. We had to go in and change it because some person had it in Celsius, and we're like, what the heck, 24 Celsius? What is that? So we had to go in and change it.
I had to change it.
Well, she changed. Oh, I was driving. So yeah. So we changed it over to Fahrenheit. And so when we brought the truck back, I said to the guy at the dealership, I said, listen, I said, it said 24 Celsius in the truck. So we changed it over to Fahrenheit. I said, don't worry, I'm not going to charge you for that. So.
Well, it makes sense because it was a Canadian truck.
Well, yeah. So. Well, that would make sense.
Well, I'm going to head out of here. Thank you for all the kind words, everyone. And I do like my car. I've seen a couple people asking that, and I'm very excited to be able to get that on the road and start driving. Yep. So as soon as she gets her driver's license, we're going to get that car on the road. And then we're going to be doing a lot of driving. And we'll tell your son that I'm flattered, Pamela. I appreciate that. Pamela Sherry, I'm just saying he watches too, and he thinks Heather is so beautiful. He's a gamer and a college student. Oh, look at that. They're very nice. Heather would only be interested, Pamela, if he's like 400 plus pounds. Get out of here with that. Well, no, you like Jabba the Hutt. You always said it was like your favorite. Oh yeah. I'm just teasing. Pamela, I'm sure he's not, and I'm just being a goof. You see how red her face got though? That was actually very funny. So. All right. So real quickly, guys, I am going to talk about my website, and I want to talk about the Prepper Get Together, which is now like almost 2 weeks away. So we're really, really getting there. On my website, we have the Prepper Nurse One community.
preparedness1.com. You will see Prepper Nurse 1 community on the side. You click on that. PN1 community is what it says. Click on that and it will take you to there. You do have to register, but it's free to register. There's no credit card information asked at all. So definitely take advantage of that. It's a nice resource to connect with like-minded people. Secondly, if you go on my website, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website, and they are the CBD and hemp store. Okay, so if you decide you want to make a CBD or hemp purchase over on their website, when you check out, make sure you use the discount code PREPPER1, not ONE, and you will save your 15% on that purchase. Okay, and she turns all red just like you. Oh yeah, I know. When I get embarrassed, I turn all red too. I do. No, she's got that too, and she was definitely embarrassed, which was actually funny. So also on my website we have if you go preparedness1.com, you'll see store. You click on that, it'll drop down, it'll say legacy. That is the legacy freeze-dried foods. What we have available is there on the website. Definitely take advantage of that. Again, I would encourage anybody, if you are thinking about maybe possibly doing it, I would suggest doing it as soon as you possibly can, because when something happens like January and February last year, a lot of people waited a long time to get their orders, and a lot of people got pissed off, and after about 5-6 months said, I'm canceling my order, when it was at that point it wasn't going to be that much longer. They were prioritizing. Every company prioritizes, so their larger selling stuff they're going to make first. Their specialty items, probably the ones that were the longest for people to get, was the meat buckets, the specialty buckets. Those are the ones that people waited the longest for. But definitely take advantage of that. While it's not an emergency, is a really good time to do it, and so I would encourage you to do that then. And again, it doesn't have to be what I sell. It can be what anybody sells. But with the legacy, 25-year shelf life, GMO free, it's made in the US, it is vegan. There are beef and chicken options available that you can buy separately. Also, there's gluten-free options available as well, so definitely take advantage of that. And it is the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. All right, so just putting that out there. The other thing I was going to talk about is the Prepper Get-Together, which will be happening the 17th and the 18th of this month. So we are 15 days away now. Really excited about that. On the 17th, we will be at the Sonye American Legion, and that's SONYEA in Sonye, New York. You can look that up. It's really easy to find. And we will be there on Saturday. You can come at 10, and we could probably be there to midnight if we wanted to be. Okay, so just putting that out there for people. So definitely take advantage of that. Come, we're going to have a nice cookout. I would ask if you're coming to bring a dish to pass, so that way everybody, we're going to have a nice fellowship of brotherhood and sisterhood. So really excited about that. I have not closed on my property yet. No, I have not. Because once I close on the property, Happy Homesteader, I will be taking a trip back down to West Virginia to do that. So as soon as I know what's happening, I will let you guys know, and we will go from there. Okay. So also, we are going to be on the Sunday, we're going to be at Letchworth State Park. And that is going to be, and I'm going to look it up again because I have the picture on here. Actually, and also if you go to, all right, this is the South Shelter. Okay. The South Shelter at Letchworth State Park is where we're going to be holding the get-together. It's a big pavilion. Awesome. We're going to be able to cook under shelter as well, in case there's rain. So we're not, because when we did the Prepper Get-Together 2 years ago, I was cooking out in the rain. So not a whole lot of fun. So anyway, so that's what's going on with that. And we're going to have a good time. Both days we're going to be cooking out. I'm going to supply hamburgers and hot dogs, also supplying, the condiments and stuff like that as well. So we're just going to have fun. And if you plan on coming and tent camping or staying boondocking, Greg has opened up his property for that. All I ask anybody, let me know ahead of time if you plan on coming, if you are going to be staying at Greg's, so that we can get kind of an accurate head count on all of that as well. So that's all that out of the way. So now we can go back to what we were talking about. So And actually, we're close enough now. Why don't we go ahead? We'll do the egg count. I'm trying to remember what we had yesterday. I think yesterday was a bad day. I think we only had 5 eggs yesterday. So yesterday we had 5 eggs. So what is everybody's guesses for the egg count for today? So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses in, and I'm going to have a sip of tea. I'll give you guys a few minutes. All right, if you had the same exact guess, is Okie Forge with 10 eggs. That's what we ended up with today, was 10 eggs. So good day as far as I'm concerned. Any day you get double digits in eggs, that's a good day. If, like I said, with the pullet egg, hopefully we got the new babies are going to start laying, and we'll be higher egg counts, which will be good with the new babies laying. So looking forward to that as well. So, yep, they're doing good. The birds are doing fine. No issues with them. And so I got to tell you now. So Lucy has been spending more time with Becky and Mom. So they got a food dish for him, and they put food down. And Becky was like, "I'm not getting a cat litter box in here. I'm not doing it." Well, guess what? They went and got a cat litter box today, and so now they have the cat litter box in there for Lucy as well, because Lucy's just a cool cat. He usually sleeps over here, and but he's a really good cat. So yeah, they like him. So, all right, so being ready for extreme events. So let's talk about actually being ready for these extreme events. Again, none of us can predict what's going to happen. None of us know exactly what's going to happen. So the only thing that we can do is be as ready as we possibly can be. Again, I'm always going to encourage you guys to continue to prep. We could be looking at, and I'm going to lay a couple of things out that are really strong possibilities that could be happening here in the near future. All right. And any of these ones that I'm just going to lay out, and this is just a few things. We could have major earthquakes. We could have, more volcanic activity going on. Different things right now. There's more activity going on right now than there's been in quite a while, all around the world. Also, you're looking at a possibility of droughts. The droughts are happening, so that's going to be food shortages on top of that. Grid down situations with our antiquated, power grid, and tons of issues with that. Forest fires, they're happening right now. So that's not even something that might be happening. It's something that is happening. Flooding is happening. So all these different things are in play. And I want you guys to really think about something here, okay? These events, when you're talking about flooding, when you're talking about forest fires, when you're talking about tornadoes, when you're talking about hurricanes, the hurricane season started now. There's a hurricane headed right now towards, us down in the Florida region. So, all these things in a post-event are still going to happen. The only difference is, in a post-event, there's nobody going to be there to clean up the mess. So if a road gets washed out, a culvert, and the road collapses, nobody's coming to fix that. So you're going to have to figure out, how am I going to travel around that? What am I going to be able to do? How am I going to navigate that once the water subsides? When there are extreme blizzards up here in the Northeast, and we get dumped with 24 to 36 inches of snow, there's not going to be any plows out there plowing that out. So if you're stuck in your house, that's where you're going to be. And you better be prepared to deal with that situation for a long-term period of time with not having any way to go out and get more supplies. So those are things you need to think about as well. And this is one of the main reasons why people should be getting ready, why people should be prepping, because again, when these times come, and I truly believe they're coming, okay? there is not going to be anybody offering a helping hand as far as the government. The government is going to be taking care of themselves because that's what they do now. Okay. And there's not going to be anybody coming to save the day. There's not going to be any money coming in for these agencies to work to help people to do different things to make things better for people. It's just not going to happen. So people need to really think about those type of things and plan accordingly. We never know. There is no, so there was, here's something that I thought was interesting. So there's a guy that claims that he's from the future. I think he's in Russia, and he claims to be from the future. And he was saying, and so this is something to put in the memory banks for a date ahead here. He was saying that because it's on my sister's birthday. My sister's birthday is September 14th. That there's going to be a major hurricane that is going to hit the Carolinas on the 14th of September. This was what he was saying to show that yes, he's from the future and he knows what's going to happen, right? So he said this hurricane is going to be so big that it's going to be beyond a category 5. They're going to try to rename it and make it a category 6. Now, could that happen? It could. But then again, this is what he's saying. We will see what happens with that. But would it surprise me with the extreme weather that we have been having? It wouldn't surprise me. The planet is always changing. It goes in cycles. They do the ice cores. You know how they do the core sampling? And they figure out, at one time, Antarctica was green and lush and stuff like that. They actually have maps of what the coastline looked like. Now, somebody made those maps when it wasn't covered with ice. So, that information was there. And at one time, that was completely uncovered. So, the planet does go through extreme changes. And if you go back to the dinosaur age, the whole planet, for the most part, was very, very tropical. So, again, because we have ice ages that have happened. We had the mini ice age that happened back, in the 1400s. And so we had a long period of time where there was, extremely cold and the temperatures, and it affected the 1300s. I can't remember exactly when the mini ice age happened again, but I wasn't there. So, but I've read about it. And it was a long period of time where the planet was very badly affected. And, that was a 400-year period of time. And so, we've had a warmer period of time since then. But again, if you're buying into, and this is my opinion, let me just put this out there so nobody can say, well, he said this is a fact. This is my opinion. If you buy into the nonsense of climate change and how we're affecting the temperature of the planet because of cow farts or whatever the case may be, this planet's been here long before we were here. It has had cold periods. It has had warm periods. It will continue to have cold periods, and it will have warm periods long after we're gone. Okay. All's the whole climate change nonsense is to tax you, to limit you, to control you. So if you buy into it, then that's on you. But I'm not buying into it. And again, we are in a grand solar minimum. That I truly do believe. So, over 70 years, they manipulated our weather, geoengineering. Well, yeah, and they have been doing, so I want people to think about this. They were doing cloud seeding. It's documented. You can look it up. So I'm not like making this up. If you say, well, I don't believe it, Preparedness one, I don't know what he's talking about. In the 40s, they were cloud seeding. So that's a long time to get things dialed in and figure out what works and what doesn't work. So that absolutely does happen. They can control it. They can manipulate it. And I believe that they are, people talk about direct energy weapons. There's a lot of work being done with lasers. You look at the stuff that's going on with that. What are you doing? Where are you going? Pandora will lay in front of that door. And then you try to go out the back door, and she just lays there and looks at you. She is a trip. So, Yeah, they should give the West Coast some rain. Yeah, they should. Thank you, Prepper Nurse One, for your continuous efforts for keeping the community knowledgeable information with enlightenment. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, it's just a lot of this information is out there, but you're not going to see it in the mainstream news media because it doesn't fit the agenda. That's the reality. But if you look at history, history will always repeat itself. It will always repeat itself. And it's been doing that for thousands and thousands of years. And if we look back in recorded history, the the manipulation of people is unbelievable. And I want you to think about this. You look back when you had the serfs and then you had the lords and all that type of stuff over like in England and stuff like that, okay, in the UK. And you had the kings and stuff like that. And they had all these other smaller people that, did all the, you know, farming and all that type of stuff. And they got part of all that type of stuff. And then when the Lord decided he was going to go to war, they would grab every man of eligible age and take them with them. And they just did it because that's what they always did. Nobody ever stopped and said, well, wait a minute. Why is he special? What makes him special? Because he was born into XYZ family. So when you see, and I really want people to take this into consideration, before what happened last year, what was happening, and I know I've talked about this before, but I really want you to think about this. What was happening all over the world? All over the world, people were saying, wait a minute, government control, government overreach, we are giving them way too much power. It's time to take that power back. So you were seeing from France with the gas tax, they were going to do that gas increase in tax, and people went nuts in the yellow vest protest and all that type of stuff. What was going on in Hong Kong? What was going on over in I'm trying to think of the country. Palestine, not Palestine. It wasn't Palestine. It was another one over there. But anyway, there was and even here in the United States, you had all over the world, people were finally saying, wait a minute, these corrupt governments are controlling every aspect of our lives and it needs to stop. So you started seeing a lot of protest. You've seen a lot of people rising up and saying no more. And then what happened right at that point, right at that catalyst where things were really starting to amp up and people were saying, really, we've had enough? What happened then? Then all of a sudden, this pandemic happens. Oh my God, it's so dramatic. We all have to lock down and do as we're told. And what did we do as a society? Think about it. What did we do as a society? We gave in. We gave them complete and total control. We let them dictate every aspect of our lives. We let them close and I want you to really think about this. Every small businesses, all the small businesses out there that closed, that are never reopening, destroyed families, businesses that have been around for 100 years could no longer function. But Walmart, Wegmans, Home Depot, Lowe's, Maynard's, all those big businesses, they all got to stay open. But your restaurant in town, nope, you're closed, you're shut down. And when they gave you permission to open back up, everything was limited. You couldn't, it was takeout only and all those type of things. We gave in. We let them have complete and total control. And that is what has happened. And that's why we're at where we're at right now. But again, I think you're seeing more and more people are waking up to the fact. I think that they are. I think they're realizing how badly we've been manipulated, how badly we're being used as pawns, and people are getting sick of it. And so what do you do then? So who is the new boogeyman? Who is the new bad guy, right? It's people like you and me that think outside the box, that won't just go along to get along. Those of us that have resisted what they've put out there and said, no, this is bullcrap. Because we think for ourselves. We don't do as we're told. We don't listen to the news media and all that type of stuff. I'm going to give you a great example. Okay, I'm going to give you a great example. So we had to go to Rochester today. Heather had an appointment. So we went to the appointment. When her appointment was done, I haven't seen Eddie in a while. She hadn't seen her mom in a while. So we went over to go see them. Okay. And so I don't know about Eddie. I can't say about Eddie, but my ex-wife, her stepfather and her mother all have been vaccinated. They've all done their shot, right? And I got a point to make with this as well, because I saw this meme today and I thought this was a great realization of this whole thing. So they all had that. So Heather says, "Well, Mom, I want to give you a hug," and her mother says to her, "Well, you got to put a mask on first before I hug you because you haven't had, the shot." How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Now, my point that I want to make with that, if you have had both of the jabs and you feel like you're safe, number one, why do you care who has or who has not had it? How does that affect you? Because you're protected, unless you don't think that you're protected as much as you think that you are. Why would you care? You're safe. You've had yours, right? You're good to go. You're good to go. But that mentality is so strong in these people that are just doing what they're told, and they've bought in hook, line, and sinker to what the agenda is, and they just do as they're told. Okay? Thinking outside the box is not a bad thing. Thinking for yourself is not a bad thing. Making your own decisions on what you want to do with your own body, how is that ever a bad thing? In my opinion, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you some food for thought. But they are so strong and so lined up and they've done what they're told. Why wouldn't she just give her daughter a hug? She's safe, right? She's good to go. She's got nothing to fear. But that's what they live in. They live in fear. These people live in constant fear because that's what they've been told to do. Yes, baby? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. She said she doesn't want me to talk about her mom on her. So sorry. But, but that was just an example. So I wanted to share that with you because I thought, in my opinion, that situation that happened today with that was absolutely ridiculous. Should not have been. Should not have been. So, yeah, it's more like if you got it, you're infected, and if you don't, you're fine. It's just, to me, it's just, again, I don't understand. I don't understand the push. We're going to reward you. Okay, so first of all, we want everybody to do it. So a certain segment of our society went and did exactly what they were told to do. There's always going to be that segment that's going to do exactly what they're told to do. You're always going to have a segment that no matter what is never going to do it. Okay, so there's those groups. So you might have 25%, let's say, that's never going to happen. They're never going to do it, no matter what propaganda is put out there, no what rewards, no what caveats or carrots that they put out there. That percentage is never going to do it. Basically, they're saying in the United States that 50% of the people in the country have it already, at least one. All right. So they want to get that other segment of people because it's money. It's all, at the end of the day, it's not about, they don't give a crap about if you live or die. Do you think that the big government cares if you live or die day to day? No, they don't care. They don't care. I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that they give a crap, So, but again, to each their own, do what you want to do. I'm not ever going to tell you to do this or not do that. It's your own choice and you can do whatever you want to do. I know that I'm not going to have somebody else dictate to me what I can do with my body, what I need to have over something that if I get it, that even at my age group, that I have a 99.5% chance of making it. Heather in her age group has a 99.9% chance of making it. Now, who is most susceptible? Of course, right? The weak, the overweight, the compromised folks, people that have breathing issues, people that are, getting cancer treatment where their immune systems are suppressed, those type of people. Your people that have extreme handicaps and have all kinds of issues, and those people are very susceptible. So that is the reality of the majority of the people that are dying. Again, and I talked about this before, when you have 80% of all hospitalizations that are admitted into the hospitals have one thing in common, and that is either they are overweight or obese. That should speak volumes right there alone. So if you are taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your immune system, you're taking your vitamins to help boost your immune system, um, it's going to be better for you that way. You don't need to have, and again, my opinion, you don't need to have something else that is way too many question marks, way too many question marks for and put into your body. And that's just my take on it. So anyway, what are we? 873 in the chat, guys. We're at 600 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again if you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time for that. I really do appreciate it. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So the more thumbs up, the better. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up, little game, of course. So I appreciate you doing it for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. Let's see. I heard a seminar saying that the Vassar website does not have accurate data. Well, and again, so let's talk about accurate data, okay? What do we see constantly in the news? Well, this study and this study and that study. Well, who says? Where's the proof of that? You know what I mean? There's no proof of that. There is no long-term study that we know that the side effects 5 years down the road. They just made up this thing 8 months ago, not even a year ago. So it's not anything that's had long-term studies. So you had a bunch of people volunteered to get it, and they got it. And so, now we see what happens, and good luck. I'm sorry. I'm not an experiment. I'll be in the control group. That's what I'll do. I'll be in the control group, and I'll take my chances. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care if I'm 80 years old. I'll still be in the control group, because I truly believe when it is your time, it is your time. We are on that journey until that day happens. I truly believe that the day that you were born, the day of your death is already written in stone, and you are just on that journey to get to that destination. Some of us get longer than others. Some of us don't. I've seen a lot of good people along the way go, and it's it's an interesting aspect of everything. When I got to say, in my nursing career, all of my favorite people that I've had throughout my nursing career, they're now all gone. They're all gone. They've all passed away. Richie was the last one. And man, I'll tell you, I love that kid. He was a great kid. So, it's just, I have been very, very blessed to interact and to be part of people's lives and their deaths, to be there for comfort and guidance, and to share with them, and help them come to acceptance in those type of things on their journeys. And it has been very, 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 very gratifying, that part of it. It really has. And I've just, oh my God, I've had so much fun. Laugh. Oh my God, laugh sometimes. Just have a great time, So Adam and Dex had a very good, interesting show on Marfugal TV last night. He's excellent. Yeah, you know what? So let me do some shout outs real quick. And obviously we can start out with Adam and Dex with Marfugal News. Great channel over there. I absolutely recommend that you guys go over there and show him some support. Tell them that Prepper Nurse One sent you over. And again, so we got to support each other in this community. I really do believe so. Green Greg's, the Angry Prepper, my buddy up in Canada, Icky Can. Also, and if you guys, JJ, if you could throw the information for Icky Can, because a lot of people are going to have no idea the way I say it, and they're not going to know. So if you could throw the link up there for people to go check him out. You know, Sean James, my self-reliance is the same guy, 2 different channels. Really, really good information with him. Thank you, JJ. Got the link up there, guys. So definitely go show Icky some support. Really, really nice guy. Very, very down to earth. Pinball Preparedness. We have the Magic Prepper. We have Doug and Stacy is another good channel. Wrangle Star is another great channel. Southern Prepper 1 would be another one that I would definitely recommend. Alaskan Prepper, Alaskan Granny. You know, I can go on and on and on. There's so many great channels out there. Princess Prepper Princess is another one. You know, so there's a lot of good information out there. Definitely check out different channels, share that information, learn from different people. I think it's really, really important. And if we should, and again, I believe Magic Prepper got deleted. Oh, did he really? Wow, I did not know that. I heard that he got demonetized. I did not know that he got deleted. That sucks. That sucks if they deleted him. Yeah, I already talked about Pinball Preparedness. Oh, somebody just said Ice Age Prepper. Also, my boy Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Really, really like his channel too. He's not deleted. Okay. I know he got demonetized. I heard he got demonetized, right? Oh, that was a question. Okay, I'm sorry, Happy Homesteader. No, I heard that he got demonetized, right? I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, you know, there's a lot of channels out there, and again, I do believe we should all be supporting each other. It just makes it better for the community. And yep, the Prepared Mind. I like to listen to him too. I've listened to him several times. But that was China that threatened Hawaii. Well, you know, again, if somebody's going to do something, oh, he was suspended for a week. Oh, is that what he was? Okay, so he pissed him off, and they gave him, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just, no, I actually like his channel. I've talked with him, and he seems like a decent guy. I'm trying to think who else, who am I missing? I was missing somebody else. There is, oh my God, there's so many channels anyway. But anyway, that's all I can think of at the moment right now. But we should definitely be supporting each other. There's a lot of great information out there. So if you go and check out different things, you're definitely going to see that. Okay, so definitely do that. And again, tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you. And that Gray Man Prepping, that's what I was thinking of. Yep, Bryce just put it up there. So Bruce. Yep, yeah, I like him too. I was on his show as well. So, but did you see my question about Tucker Carlson last night, Ed, the 12-year-old that got the jab? I heard that there was a 12-year-old that died after getting it. And again, to me, I don't understand the push on the young kids. I don't get it. I really, truly don't, because they shouldn't be pushing it on these kids. And that's my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion. So I don't understand it. I really, really don't. Especially if they're not compromised. Their chances of survival, like I said, for Heather, is 99.9. So, you know, she is now paralyzed with many other issues. Yeah, I don't know. Magic Prepper did a video on a 9mm auto. It exploded in his hand. It was on TikTok. Really? I did not see that. I did not see that. That's not good. No, that's not good at all. Well, again, somebody just said they want to sterilize the kids. Again, let's do a speculation, because once again, let's also realize that the pharmaceutical companies will have zero liability if anything goes wrong with this. Okay, that's written right in there. So anything that happens, if you, as a result of getting this, there's no liability to the manufacturer, which is Big Pharma. 5 years down the road, if they come out and say, oh my goodness, oh, we're so sorry, not saying this is going to happen, just saying the possibility of this could happen. They come out and say, we didn't realize it, but anybody that got this, you are now sterile. So if you've had 50% right now, as of right now, 50% of the United States, and let's say they get up to where they want to be, 70, 75% of the United States, right? Now you got 75% of the United States that's not going to reproduce, that's not going to have kids. So that's a great way of population control, isn't it? Because once that generation dies out, there's going to be a lot less people on the planet because they can't make any more kids. So that would it shock me? Not at all. Wouldn't shock me. Is it a possibility? It could happen. Not saying it's going to, but that is absolutely a possibility. You want to talk depopulation? Again, kill the power grid. See how fast the population in the United States goes down. Again, my biggest number one concern, and I've talked about this for a long, long time, is a grid down situation, because that realistically is going to be the most catastrophic event that could happen. The government would not be able to help everybody. They would pick spots, and they would pick major metropolitan areas. You have a major hospital, you're going to want to keep that hospital running, because there's going to be all kinds of issues. And so, that's going to make people flock to those cities. And I think that's what you're going to see happen. That's just my guess on it. If there's a grid down situation and it's not an EMP, I think that's what you're going to see end up happening. You're going to have certain areas where they're going to say, and they'll have an emergency broadcast system. If you come to, New York City, or if you come here, or if you come there, we have help. We can help you, blah, blah, blah. People are going to go in droves. They're going to go in droves. Hey, Chapera71. Thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. I probably said your name wrong, and I apologize. But thank you very much for the donation. But again, think about that. Think about that. How easy, if you look at how easy it is to control the American population, they've done it for the last year. Very, very simple. So now we do a grid down situation, but we have centers here. We have a center here in New York. We have a center in Washington, D.C. We have a center in Chicago. We have a center over here. If you come here, we have power. We have medical. We have this. We have that. You just got to come in. What do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to stroll right in there and say, oh, thank goodness you're here to help us, right? Get in line. Do as you're told. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm staying put. I'm staying right where I am. I would not be going in. Not be going in. So, again, that would not shock me if that was going to be the case, if that would happen. Wouldn't shock me at all. So, anyway, let's do this right now, guys. I'm going to ask again real quick. What do we got? 802 in the chat. We're at 694 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask for another thumbs up if you have not shot one yet to show support for the channel. Before we jump off here, let's see if we can hit 800, because we're close to 700. So let's see if we can hit 800 on the thumbs up. Again, it really does help the channel. So I appreciate that for the support if you would do it for that reason. Also, with the algorithms, the more interaction that we have with the channel, it is better for the channel that way as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. Shapira71, have you seen the main guy involved in creating mRNA vaccine technology was booted off Lincoln dilute to false vaccine info? Really? The guy that created it? Wow. Does that surprise me? No, because if it doesn't fit the agenda, if you go against what they say, they're going to ban you. That's why when I talk, if I talk about it, which I try not to, um, I always say this is my opinion. I'm not coming on here saying this is going to do this and that's going to do that, because that's what's going to get you banned. That's what's going to get you banned. So if I give you my opinion is my opinion. So that's how I try to do it with you guys. I'm just trying to be honest, and I want you to think. That's the important part to me, is I want you to think. So let's do this. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. So where is everybody from tonight? And I want to finish up real quick and say, if again, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So let's hit them thumbs up. We're 50 away from that 800. So let's hit that. Let's hit that easily. Also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. St. Columbine, Quebec. We got Missouri, Georgia, Montreal, Canada, North Carolina, Southwest Illinois, BC, Canada, Philadelphia, Northern California, Mesa, Arizona, Inverness, Florida. We have Kansas, Maine, Kentucky, Missouri, North Carolina, Florida, Arizona, Georgia, Concord, New Hampshire, Littletown, New Hampshire, I believe that was, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Canandaigua, New York, Georgia, Maine, Detroit, Cleveland, Ohio, East Central Illinois, Ocean Park, Washington, Southwest Virginia, Long Island, Delaware, New Mexico. We have Kansas, Missouri, let's see, Manchester, New Hampshire, Hawaii, very nice, North Carolina, Florida, Ulster Park, New York, Virginia, Cape Cod, Northern Michigan, New Mexico, New Jersey, Colorado, Beech Grove, Indiana, Scranton, Pennsylvania, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Messenburg, Pennsylvania, Rochester, New York, Hawaii, Wilmington, Delaware, the Netherlands, very nice, Idaho, South Carolina, Connecticut, Brex Ridge, Louisiana, Hudson, Florida, Middle Tennessee, Rutherford, North Carolina, Southeast Missouri, Germantown, Maryland, Texas, Arkansas. We have Texas once again, Somerset, Florida, Attawip, Iowa, or Ohio, I'm sorry, LaGrange, Texas, North Highlands of California. We have Delaware, the UK, Melbourne, Australia, very nice, Kansas, planet Earth. Really? That's awesome. Toronto, Canada. So again, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We're the ones that truly can make a difference. And I think we should try if we get a chance. I think that's why, honestly, I truly believe those of us that were awakened for a reason, to try to make a difference, to try to wake people up. And so, that's what I've always tried to do. I've tried to help people. I've tried to enlighten people. I want you guys to help yourselves. I don't want you to be victims. That's the last thing you want to be, is Wichita, Kansas, very nice, Akron, Ohio, Hale, Michigan, Tennessee, South Carolina. Okay, here we go again. Okay, go West. Legion is a demon. Really? What were the Roman legions? Were they a demon? What about the American legions where all the veterans go? Is that about demons? I don't think so. So we're not talking about the bad biblical legion. One example. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the good legion. We are a good legion of people. So that's why I say we are Legion, because we are many. We are all over the place. So just to clear that up for the religious zealots that always want to come on and say, oh, Legion is a demon. One example, my friend, one example. So anyway, we're not the bad one. We are the good one. So, So anyway, again, I don't want you guys to be victims. Be proactive. Help yourselves. I think that's the important thing that we should be doing, okay? I should whisper a lot. Yeah, right. We're not a demon. We're not bad. We're a good legion. Now I'll be like Joe Biden. Oh, we will definitely do more canning videos. Oh, I wanted to put this out here too, really quickly for you guys. We got a ton of jelly, a ton of jelly. Becky also plans on making more jelly. We made uh, the raspberry jelly, and we made some blueberry jelly. We're definitely going to be doing strawberry jelly. When we do the prepper get together in a couple weeks, if people were interested, if you guys let me know, um, if you would be interested in some jelly, we can offer some for sale if you are interested. So we can have that there at the prepper get together on the Saturday and the Sunday. So if you are interested in buying some jelly, the Prepper Nurse One jelly, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you would be interested in doing that, and I will. We will make sure we have that available for people if they're interested. So just putting that out there. That was a suggestion by Heather, actually, because she's like, "There's no way we're eating all this jelly," and I'm like, "Well, you're right about that." So make some egg salad sandwiches. Right there, you go. Oh my God, it's funny. So anyway, guys, what are we at? 794. We got 6 more thumbs up to go to hit 800. So let's keep that number rolling up there. Let's get up over 800 easily, please. So anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Thank you, for ladies and gentlemen, for doing that. It really does make a difference, and I really do appreciate what you guys do. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Again, we are truly a big family, and we should be trying to help each other and trying to watch out for each other if we can. I think it's really, really important. I really do. Also, remember that we are truly all in this together. We are one race called the human race. And I think if people would actually get to that concept, we're going to be in a much better situation in the world. I'm going to tell you what, you know how I judge people? I judge people on their character, what kind of person they are. If you are a decent person, I'm going to treat you as a decent person, regardless of your religion, regardless of your race, regardless of your political affiliation, because I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you sleep with. You sleep with whoever you want to. If you're happy sleeping with whoever, knock yourself out. As long as it's not little kids, I don't have a problem with it. Okay. Again, we need to be working on the more important things, which is the people that are completely controlling us. If we could get that under control, we're going to be in a much better situation. So let's focus on that. Remember also, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Hussy. Cat porn. Sorry, had to do it. Tell them every day how you feel, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, okay? Life is so short. Tell the people that you care about every day, because tomorrow they could be gone. Also, STD, step, thing, and date. And again, we're at 94,000, and I think I was at 80-something subscribers. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, I will have STD tattooed on my body. So we are less than 6,000 away from 100,000. So as soon as we hit 100,000, I will be having STD tattooed on my body. I already have the tattoo shop down in town that said they're going to let me videotape that when he tattoos that on me. So I think that that will be very, very cool. And I will definitely do that when we hit 100,000 subscribers. So we got to get that push and get to 100,000. So I think that'll be a cool thing. And I will do it on video and show you guys, and I can take the pain. So I already have 7, so it's not going to make any difference. Again, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you guys are going to be just fine. All right? Keep prepping. Don't stop prepping. Keep getting ready. Don't be victims. That is, if you don't do anything else, think about the people that you care about. That's all I can say. Think about the people that you care about, okay? I will see you guys all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great, safe weekend. Obviously, Sunday's the 4th of July. I will be live streaming on Sunday. Just so you know, I will be here. I'll do normal time. We may not have a big crowd because everybody's going to be out partying and doing their thing, but I will be here on Sunday. So I will see you guys all later. I hope everybody has a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now. Do tattoos hurt? Yes. Yes, they hurt, but they're worth it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.